So why sum can only work on a single column? If I clean this for a second, you can see that the argument is asking for a column name, not column names. And it says add all the numbers in a column. That's all you can do with sum. You can't do further than that. So if you want to do the kind of calculation we did, our first calculated column, which was, if I say I would like to know the total costs of my sales, for example, I want to know the total cost. If I come to my data view now, I have deleted that cost column, right? It's no longer here, but we know that the cost is basically a function of the sales minus the profit. That's my cost. Okay, so and I want to get my total cost, which means after doing sales minus profit, I want to sum that up, right? I can't use sum to get that. I can only do such things on a row context, which is why I could perform that on this calculated column earlier, because it can go row by row to minus each profit from the sale, and when that is done, it can now sum it all up. If I want to achieve that on my measure, I need to call up the row context on the measure so that I can have access to the table and do that row by row subtraction before doing that sum, right? So if I come back to my report view, I'm going to right click on these orders and I'll select new measure. So I'll call this revenue X. So revenue X. So I'm going to try to perform the same thing with this revenue first before I do the one of cost. So revenue X is equals to, I want to use SUMX to define this. So SUMX returns the sum of an expression evaluated for each row in a table. So if I open my parentheses, first argument is table. So which table are we talking about? We're talking about the orders table, comma, and this time because I just want to sum up the sales column. So I'm saying, you know what, go to the orders table. Now go to every row and pick the sales column. So order sales. So once it gets to every row and picks every row of the order sales column, it picks it up when I close my parentheses and hit enter. If I drag that to this report, check the box here, you will see that I'll have exactly the same thing, right? But the power really for having access to the row context is I can do a lot further. So with sum, I can't say, for example, sales minus profit. With SUMX, I could do that. So if I right click on orders and I say new measure, I would be able to define something like let's call this cost. So cost is going to be equals to, because I need to minus profits from sales before I do the sum to get my cost, I would say SUMX. The first argument is table. My table is the orders table, comma, and the expression I want is, before you do the summation from me, I want you to go to every row and do order sales minus orders profits. Come on. So order sales minus orders profit. Go to every row and carry out this expression. Once you are done, then give me the sum. That's what we are doing here. So if I bring this in, I can get my costs. I can't achieve this. I cannot achieve this with ordinary sum function, right? So we are going to expand this further in the next video.